Yo, what is going on, everybody? We're back here with another AVG League game. Today, we have BaeDCarry Fan Club sitting at 1-3, taking on Natural Big Boys Club sitting at 4-0. So I am brought here with John Zealot. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, sir. How are you?
I am doing well. Excited for another game today. My team's going to be playing without me, so a little exciting. Let's see what they're able to do. Jumping right into draft already, though. Looking like first three bans coming from MBBC, Rengar, Jin, and Yumi. And on the side of BFC, they decided to ban the Nunu, Anivia, and the Galio. So definitely very interesting. Throwing a ban at the jungle, mid, and support for MBBC. MBBC throwing bans at Rengar, Jin, Yumi. I do know that Guesswork is a Rengar main. He can flex at jungle, but he also plays it a lot in top lane. So interesting to see that they're throwing the respect on that.
First pick Lucian from NBBC.
I like this a lot. Lucian can flex to mid lane or ADC or even top lane. So I think on the blue side, it's a really good first pick because it's
I
just
totally
super
agree.
flexible. But Zero Kill's also very strong Lucian player. And on the side of BFC, looking like they might be hovering this Amumu here. Amumu would be an interesting blind pick, and they do lock it in. Going with the Amumu on red side, followed by, is it going to be a Kaisa? Kaisa and Lucian?
Looks like it.
So you're an ADC main. Tell me, what do you think of that matchup?
Um, it's interesting. I'm wondering who their supports are going to be right now, but like you said, this Lucian pick could very easily go over to Kitaro if Zero Kills doesn't like the Kaisa matchup here, and they pick up the
Hecarim.
Hecarim. Yep.
Now, I do know that August, the jungler for MBBC, is very strong on Hecarim, and it's one of his
Mhm.
preferred picks. So I do like seeing the Hecarim pick come out here, and the Rakan. Rebels Charmer, the 1.3 million mastery Rakan player, and he gets his Rakan. Let's see, I'm curious what BFC decides to answer with. So far, MBBC got a lot of comfort picks right now. I'm sure they're feeling very happy with the how the draft's gone.
BaeDCarry fan club definitely taking their time here, and it looks like they're going to pick the Zyra for support.
Wonton Waffle, I believe Zyra is
Interesting.
his main support or her main support. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
Yes, Zyra is very comfortable. It's what they play a lot. So, very interesting. Seeing the Nico ban come out, that's targeting Kataro in the mid lane. He is known for being a strong Nico player, and throwing a ban on Urgot now. So,
I really have to thank here BaeDCarry fan club asking their support, who do you want into the Lucian Rakan? Rakan obviously being a support that really goes in, initiates, engages a lot of plays. The Zyra pick coming down to it's really a matter of their support saying, "You want me? Come and get me," because they'll lay down the Zyra snare, and that's all she wrote. So
yeah,
this could very well become a game of positioning in bot lane.
yeah, and they're throwing two bans. MBBC throwing two more bans at the top lane, looking like they're trying to push Guesswork onto a tank champion, taking away his Rengar, taking away some of his comfortable bruisers, and looking like the Cho'Gath maybe. Now the Cho'Gath I have seen looking at his match history. He has played it a few times today, and when it comes to his tank picks, Maokai and Cho'Gath are the two he's most likely to go with. So, just locking in the comfort pick here. Now it's kind of unfortunate because now Conqueror gets to have that counter matchup, and Cho'Gath does have some pretty strong counters into him. I'm curious to see what they decide to answer with.
You got 7 seconds till the next pick.
Taking their time, and they lock with the set. I like the set pick here. Set is very strong into Cho'Gath, able to bully him a lot of outplay potential. I'm really liking the draft so far from MBBC. I hope that we see some strong AP mid laner, or maybe even an AP ADC if they decide Lucian can go mid.
I could definitely see that here.
I think, I mean, I think Cassio could be an option, and Rise, Kitaro Rise on the rise.
Ooh.
Here we go. Everybody's on a comfort pick, except for maybe Conqueror, off rolling in the top lane, but going with the set and Victor. Now, Demon Angel is known to be a Victor
Mhm.
main when it comes to his mid lane champion pool. He is a strong Victor player and he is diamond level. So, very interesting to see how Kataro Rise is going to be able to do
Mhm.
matching up here against the Victor. Very strong in the meta right now, too. Who do you think has the edge in this draft?
I'd have to go with NBBC, but I'm not really like super familiar with a lot of the players on BaeDCarry fan club, but as far as the synergy goes, definitely NBBC.
Yeah, and now it can be real scary because if BFC does start getting some things rolling here, Kaisa is quite strong and able to play fairly safe, has a lot of, outplay potential with the ultimate and being able to go invisible and drop, aggro and whatnot with that. Uh, and Zyra very strong at disengaging, and so is a Mumu. And Victor does have the ability to just kind of play front to back like that and kind of kite around. So I mean, BFC doesn't have the easiest comp to get onto, but MBBC, I mean, you got Hecarim, Rakan, and Set. You got Rise to ult
Mhm.
in, and you got a Lucian ready to get in somebody's face and tear it up. That's a scary dive comp from MBBC. So I mean, if they get a couple kills early, they can very quickly snowball this game.
Yeah, I agree. Um, you know what? Like once this draft really got finished up, what popped out to me when you asked me about like who do I really think has the edge in the draft? Um, a lot of my reasoning came from you've got the Rise in mid lane with the point and click snare, you've got the Set, you've got the Rakan, you've got setups for the Hecarim in every single lane.
Yeah,
I just see
and
this game as a field day for this Hecarim.
one thing to note about August, if he has access to gank in every lane, I mean, look, this man's going to be all over the map, and he's got the perfect pick to do it. They took away the Nunu, so he gets the Hecarim, the next best thing for this type of comp. And
Mhm.
honestly, if I'm BFC, I'm a little bit worried because while sure Amumu is a fairly decent jungler, after the nerfs, Amumu is not nearly as strong as Amumu was. And Hecarim is still very good, and with the Divine Sunderer build, going against two tanks in the Amumu and the Cho'Gath, I mean Hecarim's gonna do just fine here, I think. And Set, very, very strong pick in top lane, able to bully this Cho'Gath with just a very small lead. So I mean, I
Mhm.
think Hecarim's going to be putting a lot of priority to get this top lane and going early and trying to get this mid lane going. Meanwhile, I mean, Ryze and Victor, that can just be a farm lane. Both of them have late game scaling, so
Right.
neither has to force anything early to try to get a lead on the other. So it's really on BFC to try to get their top or their bot lane rolling. I don't see like a clear get this lane ahead and you just win kind of thing. Unless, I mean, you're looking at Victor. If
Mhm.
Victor
Yeah,
does get a
that,
lead, he can snowball. But
exactly.
other than that, I mean, it's hard to say.
Because BaeDCarry fan club, they have two very resource intensive, very skill intensive players and champions in this game. They've got the Kaisa in bot lane and the Victor in mid lane. You've got two diamond players, and then across the board for the rest of their squad, they've got no one in gold or above. So if you're in BBC, you really have to think that you have the advantage in top lane and in the jungle, for sure. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
and one thing that I did see recently, the LCS did a player review where they took a poll and they
Mhm.
asked players what they think the most impactful roles in the game are in the current meta, and the two most popular roles were the mid and the jungle.
Yep.
Mid and jungle were both significantly above all the other roles. All the other roles didn't come close in comparison, other than maybe support. So,
Agree.
like, it's really going to come down to this, this mid jungle synergy. And BFC did just make a roster change this week, bringing in Demon Angel in the mid lane, moving JJBA fan to jungle. So, it's going to come down to how well they can synergize and how much time they've really put in. Because on the other side of the board, Kataro Rise and August have had several weeks now to practice together. While they haven't necessarily played the same jungle mid every week, they've had the time to put in playing together. Alrighty.
All
So
right. So, do you have any closing thoughts?
I think if you're really looking at it right now, it's going to come down to if BFC, I think they outscale MBBC with their comp. Cho'Gath has a very strong late game. Victor has a very strong late game. Kaisa has a very strong late game. So if BFC survives the early to mid game, I think that it's going to come down to that Dragon Soul fight because I don't think they're going to deny dragons from MBBC, at least the first three. I don't think they should, but it's really going to come down to that. So, anyways, we're going to head to a short break now while we load up the game, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
See you. All
Alrighty,
right,
so
guys, we are back. Sorry.
yeah, all good. All right, so looking at it already, Set already went for the early invade, dropping the vision, getting some vision on that red buff. A little bit of an early one, but if Amumu does end up starting on his red, they will know. So I do like the early invade, not getting punished. Nobody tried to stop him, so definitely worth. Meanwhile, Set actually doesn't have any items. Okay, now he does.
What a
Okay.
guy. He's actually going to be slightly late to lane.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it could work out. They might, it's a fake leash just from backing at the wrong time to have to get items, but it's okay. So both junglers are starting their red buff. It is spotted out though, so they do know Amumu's starting red, but they don't know that Hecarim's on his red. So should work out in the favor of MBBC. A little bit of poke already going down mid
Ooh.
lane. Taro already getting a little spicy at level 1. I like it. Poke's actually going to miss these first couple minions, I believe, in top lane here. So, one important thing to note, both top laners deciding to go with the Doran shield. So, Set not trying to get as aggressive as possible, just going to try to sustain up whenever Cho does poke him down. And already getting that E stun.
Kitaro already playing really aggressively in the mid lane. He's taking some not so favorable trades, although he is gaining lane pressure.
Yeah, looking like he's trying to play for that early prile. It is the D ring versus the tier difference. So, already in the bot lane, Rakan going in with the knockup onto Zyra. Zyra using the exhaust on the Lucian. Ignite is dropped. Zyra going very low, super close. Flash auto does not get the kill. Does Rakan end up getting it? Rakan does get the first blood. Kaisa trading back, getting the Lucian. Meanwhile, topside is trading with a big fight. And Kaisa looking like she's going to get the double kill. Oh, but Rakan over the wall will end up getting out. So he does end up getting first blood, denies it from the Kaisa. Wow, getting spicy already. All summoners burned in the bottom lane except for Kaisa's flash. I think Kaisa should have burned it there and get the double kill.
Man, that was really rough from the side of MBBC. 0 kills and Rebels had them on the ropes, and just I don't know what happened.
I think it was just a lack of vision. Yeah, they didn't have vision in that brush, so I mean they're forced to try to flash for it and didn't have enough damage on the auto. Meanwhile, Kaisa is pushing Lucian back now. Lucian trying to stop the wave from crashing, but not quite able to. Meanwhile, both these junglers, Amumu's just now starting his blue buff, very low. Hecarim already taken the topside scuttle.
Yep, here it is. The Hecarim coming up trying to look for something with Conqueror here in mid.
Yeah, looking like some damage down here mid lane. Oh my goodness, Kitaro just flexing on them right now, putting out a mass amount of damage. Level 4 on rides too. Not something you normally see. Normally you want to be conservative with your mana, but I mean, he's already got a Sapphire Crystal. He's feeling comfortable. Meanwhile, pings are coming out in this river. They are going to try to contest this Scuttle Crab over here on the bottom side river.
Looks like blue side's going to take it.
Yeah, so
red side's conceding.
Yeah, MBBC will end up getting the double scuttle, so it feels bad, man, for Amumu. Oh, looking like some more trading coming down here mid lane. Kitaro doing a mass amount of damage. Meanwhile, top side, fights going down between this Cho'Gath and the Set. Set forced to flash. Does Set have W? I don't think he has W. Forced to run back.
Oh, no, he does.
And the Q does land from Cho'Gath. Oh, and he goes down to Cho'Gath. He gets silenced, can't W, and ends up dying. Very unfortunate misplay there from Conqueror. Should have just, I don't know, man. You gotta burn that W sooner.
But Guesswork was actually planning that out for a good 30 seconds in advance, building up the wave, slow pushing, working him down.
Absolutely. Conqueror should have just played it better, not fighting the minions like that. He took way too much damage from it. If you're gonna fight in the minions as Set, you gotta use the W when it's fully stacked. Doesn't end up using it, and burns flash and teleport. Meanwhile, Guesswork doesn't burn any summoners, so he
Right.
comes back to lane with the bombies.
You know, I have to think that the Rise roam here is gonna be fruitless. Yeah, he's going back. He knows.
Oh, gonna be a gank here top side. Set already getting ganked. Teleport is coming out though from Kitaro. Will zone off the gank. So,
Ooh,
oh, but
I
Amumu
don't know
going
what
back
I do
in.
with that.
Set, what are you doing,
Yeah.
dude? Just get out. Kitaro burned his teleport to help you out there. Ends up going down. Meanwhile, bottom side here, Rakana is going in on the tower dive. Gets the knockup, takes 2 tower shots, drop very low. Zyra almost dying, is level 3 right now. Meanwhile, Kaisa is level 5. Top side, though, Cho'Gath already 2-0. Hit the 6, got the chomp, so he's feeling really strong.
So
Seeing a
much happening right now.
very disappointing start right now from Conquer in the top lane.
You know, I don't really agree with Red Side's decision to run away from the teleport there. The set was at a quarter HP, and like I know his W was gonna come down, but that's got to be something that you predict, right?
I
Just
mean,
predict the W split up and go after him because you've got the health lead.
yeah, you could see it that way. You could also see it as they forced out the teleport, so they did end up getting something out of the gank,
True.
and they could just take the resources and get out and not take the risk. Oh no, Conquer. What are you doing, dude? Don't trade back into the wave. Just taking way too much damage. Holding the W for way too long. I mean, you're seeing a clear difference in top lane right now, not necessarily understanding the trading patterns with wave. And I mean, that's the core fundamental mechanic you have to understand to play top lane effectively. Meanwhile, though, Hecarim is bottom side, does end up getting the 3rd scuttle. So he does have a pretty strong lead right now over the Amumu in that sense. But this top gap it's becoming apparent very early.
This is one of not necessarily a win con, but certainly one of the keys to the win here for BaeDCarry fan club. The Kai'Sa's also up a kill and small amount of farm.
Yeah, I would like to see this set play safer and just let Cho'Gath push this under tower willingly and not take so much damage. Just use the passive from set to absorb whatever poke he does end up going for and just try to play, your health bar. Oh, ton of damage though going down. Forces a flash out of Cho'Gath. Very well done. Meanwhile, Dragon is started up. Look like MBBC is going to try to force this Dragon. Cho'Gath does have teleport, but will not end up using it. Is sitting about half HP right now, but Conqueror's got to be really careful here. Cho'Gath could just be baiting out the ultimate. Oh, the ultimate being dropped from Lucian down here bottom lane forces a flash out of Zyra. Zyra is level 4 right now, not having the best of time in this bottom lane. Amumu is bot side, though, possibly looking to gank this.
We're about to find out.
End up looking like he will just end up backing. So, top side, though, I mean, it's a pretty close CS difference despite the 2 kills. Cho'Gath going in on the set, dropping him very low, and gets the chomp.
Oh man.
Conquer, what are you doing, dude? You gotta stop walking up like that. Let the wave push into you. CS it under tower. Meanwhile, down here bottom side, Lucian going for the kill on Zyra. Drops her very low, forced out. And Rebel ends up going down to Kaisa. Wow, BaeDCarry just putting out so much damage. Sitting in out 2-0, going after this Lucian. Oh my goodness. So much damage being put out there. Now, Hecarim is on the top side clear, but he is on a ward, so he will be spotted out. Won't be able to get this gank off like he'd like to. Meanwhile, Mumu's on the opposite side of the map. Same side the scuttle will be spawning at in 15 seconds.
I'm gonna be honest, BaeDCarry fan club. I'm pretty surprised by the performance they're putting on. It's a lot cleaner than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, 0 kills in Rebels, I mean, there was that misplay early on when they went for the all-in. They could have had it, but, they did misplay it and end up giving the kill over to Kaisa, giving the early lead over. But topside's been, like, the real difference maker. Conqueror is not performing up to the standard that we would like to see from this team. And, unfortunately, I mean, Guesswork's just kind of having a field day. Cho'Gath is going to be a monster this game, so they have to be very respectful of the Cho.
Oh, are they gonna punish Rise for invading the jungle here? He doesn't get the big chicken.
It
Uh,
is possible, but oh,
oh, the
Hecarim
bait.
goes in. Oh
Oh,
my
the miss.
goodness, ton of damage coming out. Amumu uses the flash ultimate. Doesn't
Rise
end up getting the kill. Rise barely getting out with his life, forced to flash as well. And they're set with the
here.
flash. Gets the kill onto Victor. Amumu is now in a 1v3, but Hecarim and Rise are both very low. Cho'Gath is now here. Set just needs to get out of this. Oh my goodness, so much going down there, and ends up coming out on the side of MBBC, helping them get back into this.
Really good roam from Guesswork. He saved the Amumu from getting picked for free.
It was definitely a very good roam, but I mean, on the other side of it, Conquer just being in the right place at the right time to get the kill onto Victor, and hopefully going to be able to start coming back. You need to get out of here, Conquer. If you get dropped low, you will die. Okay.
Now, do note that the Cho'Gath has another 12 seconds on his ultimate. So he's just trying to work him down right now.
Yeah, that he is, but he's got to play it like that ultimate's up every time he's going in. With how far behind he is right now, he cannot risk giving over more gold and just needs to play damage control right now. So, Victor right now will be able to push this in. Rise might end up losing some CS. I'd like to see a roam possibly come out of this Victor if he's able to. And looking like he is actually roaming down to this bottom side. Hecarim is also here, and so is the Amumu. Very curious to see what ends up happening. And looking like there might not necessarily be... Oh, Hecarim's going in on this. Oh, and Zyra gets caught out. Zyra's dead. Zyra uses the ultimate. Teleport's coming out of both top laners now. Going in here. Rise doing a ton of damage. Rebel's Charmer ends up going down to the Victor. Gets caught. Meanwhile, Set is there just trying to zone them all off so his team can get out. 1-for-1 trade, both ADC, or sorry, both supports ending up going down.
Set's not giving up on this.
No, he's not. He really wants this. He lands the E. Kaisa uses the ultimate and the flash to get out. Heal is just now coming back up. Meanwhile, Mumu is just going to hit the blast plant and get away. And they looking like they are possibly going to maybe set up for this dragon here. They do need to clear out all this vision, though, and it will not be up for a little bit. So both top laners won't be able to stay for this. Cho'Gath is roaming down, though. Oh, and Rift Herald is dropped bottom side. Looking like they are going to try to just get some plates off of this and get some early pressure to set up for this dragon. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath is in river. Set is roaming back over now. Cho'Gaths are trying to clear out this vision. They do have a lot of vision that they got to clear out from these control wards, so it will be spotted out what they're doing here. Set is starting this thing up. Looking like we're going to see a 5-man fight for this. Oh, and BaeDCarry fan club's just not in position to stop this, so it will end up going down the way of MBBC. Just going to have to give it up, and I'm going to have to disagree with that call to let them have it. You have a 3-0 Cho'Gath with ultimate available, and your Kai'Sa's 2-0. They should have just sacked those waves and just gone for it and gone for the fight. It would have came out in their favor most likely.
Yeah, not only that, but they were definitely in a position around 30 seconds beforehand, red side was, to set up for that dragon and take the defensive stance in river. But they just didn't.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of miscommunication, maybe, not enough confidence in their ability to make that play. Who knows? Meanwhile, though, looking at the gold difference right now, it is about 1,000 gold difference in the favor of BaeDCarry fan club. So they're feeling pretty good considering they're going to outscale this team. And all they got to do is just keep doing what they're doing right now and they'll be okay. This is a 2-level difference, though, in this top lane. And this Cho'Gath is huge right now. That is a big boy.
Yeah, actually, the big difference in gold here is in the top lane. Cho'Gath is ahead by about 1,400 gold.
Yeah, and understandably so. Set is about 22 CS behind on top of the 2-kill advantage over to him right now. Amumu is here on the top side, though, possibly going to look at maybe trying to set up a dive here. I think they'd be able to do it with just how damn tanky this Cho'Gath is. Ends up missing the cooldown, so not going to be able to do it. Meanwhile, Hecarim is over here in the top side area, is killing his Gromp. Victor is in river, though.
Cho'Gath missed his Q and traded into the Set, and Set wound up at half HP with Cho'Gath just looking like an
Yeah.
tank right now.
Ultimate being used in the bottom lane by Lucian, just trying to do a lot of damage here. Oh, Hecarim is here though on the gank. Gonna push him back into tower, and Cho'Gath, all he has to do is chomp, and he chomps the shield, and he ends up going down to the Hecarim. That's a huge shutdown.
Conqueror on this.
Conqueror. Excellent use of the W to absorb the chomp damage. Baits it out and ends up working out beautifully. Very well done. Fortunately, Cho'Gath not chonky enough to be able to take him down with just that through the shield. So Ryze is roaming down here in this bottom side river. Don't think anything's going to end up happening off of this play, though. He's pinging it. He's looking for the ultimate play. He wants to ult him behind there. He wants him to push in this wave. Meanwhile, Hecarim is coming down here bottom side, so they might try to set up the 4-man dive off the Ryze ultimate. Meanwhile, Victor is harassing this mid tower for free. Ryze possibly going to have to go back. No, Seth's looking like he's going to end up covering for this. Meanwhile, down here bottom side, Lucian doing a ton of damage. They're going in here. Here's the ultimate from the Ryze. Bringing him in, ends up getting the kill on Wonton Waffle. He ends up going down. Meanwhile, Ryze ends up going down to Kaisa from the tower damage. Hecarim dives in, doesn't get the kill on Kaisa. Kaisa's just popping off right now. Kaisa's got a double kill. Victor ends up getting the other kill, and there's 4 down.
What a play. Kaisa
Absolutely insane.
Blue side coming in with 4 people and saying, no, we've got you now. We're diving you. And Kaisa says, no.
Oh, Set not having the W. It gets silenced, so he can't use it. Unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to commit a 4-man dive like that, I think that was on 0 kills and Rebel's Charmer for getting too aggressive before his jungler and his mid laner were in position to properly go in with the ultimate. I think they could set that up a lot better. Burning way too much just trying to get the outplay without his team, so very unfortunate. Ends up getting 4 kills over on the side of BaeDCarry fan club. 2 on BaeDCarry himself and 2 on Demon Angel.
Oh, we might see Hecarim getting caught out here.
Very possible, or it could be the Zyra. Zyra getting caught and goes down super fast. Meanwhile, Victor is over here on the play trying to push him off. Gets dropped very low. But, oh no, Victor forced to flash over the wall. Lucian using the ultimate, pushing him off. They're actually kind of setting up for this dragon here. They end up getting the pick onto Zyra. Zyra now 0-4. They're getting the early vision now here in River. Oh, and Set does end up stopping the back from Cho'Gath. So Cho'Gath not going to be able to get the reset before Dragon comes up.
That was a big lapse in judgment from the Zyra. If Zyra had been paying attention and gotten off the E onto the Hecarim, they would have been able to collapse on them.
Yeah, and I think that's been the big thing. Oh, and Set going to stop the back again from this Cho'Gath. Will he be able to get out of this, though? He did end up using the W. Will have to flash. Meanwhile, Dragon is going to end up going down. Oh, they're setting up a 3-man dive. Set, you need to get out of here, my man. You are way too low. He's going to get dove. He's not going to be able to make it out of this. It's already too late for him.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I mean, they will end up trading the Dragon.
Yeah.
I'd say it ends up being worth, even if he dies here, but it will be first tower. There's a play. There's the ultimate from Set, and there he goes. He will end up dropping here. Meanwhile, Victor trying to get a little bit of harass here onto Ryze here in the mid lane.
They're going to look to get 2 towers out of this.
They are going to drop the Rift Herald topside. Are they going to try to trade towers here? I think they just need a reset for this. You cannot let this thing free push. Hecarim does catch Victor out, but I mean, meanwhile, they're going to end up losing their inhibitor if they don't get back. The ultimate out of Hecarim, they end up getting the shutdown kill. That's big, but I mean, you still got a Rift Herald pushing down lane. Cho'Gath ends up deciding to back, though, unfortunately, so they won't be able to get the inhibitor off of this. I feel like if they just 3-man push that as fast as they could have got it.
I don't know about the inhib, but they definitely could have gotten the inhibitor turret down, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, Kataro on the rise, he's 3-on-1 right now, and he does scale very well in the late game, so, I mean, they're putting everything on Kataro to kind of carry this game. Conqueror sitting at 1-5 right now. Lucian is 0-2. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath's very big at 5-1. Kaisa 4-0. So, I mean, they scale very well into this game. So, it's going to be on MBBC to get this Dragon Soul. I think the game's kind of going to be decided by that next team fight at Soul Point. All right, looking like BaeDCarry fan club is positioned around this top side jungle right now. They are clearing it out. Meanwhile, we do have MBBC positioned around the bottom side of the map right now. So, kind of interesting decision there. I would rather have seen them try to play around this top side after getting the dragon. But, I mean, Scuttle Crab's going to end up going over to BaeDCarry fan club, so they're going to have early vision on this Baron if they do decide to end up trying to set up a play. So they're going to have to play very careful here. They cannot give up a pick right now, otherwise that's likely going to be Baron gone in favor of BFC.
One thing to note, I'm just going to point it out now, is the jungle diff here. The Amumu and the Hecarim are both tied at 4 assists, but the Hecarim is ahead by around 50 farm.
Yeah, this Hecarim is playing extremely well this game. I mean, he's not obviously, massively fed like this Cho'Gath and this Kai'Sa are, but he is putting on a good performance and gapping JJBA fan right now in the jungle. I mean, just through sheer clear speed alone. Amumu is known to clear very well too, but Hecarim's just doing a really good job denying farm when he can and getting ganks off where he can. Meanwhile, Hecarim does pop the ghost, going in on a Zyra. Is Zyra gonna die again? Using the ultimate, pushes her back in, and Zyra's dead again. 0-5 now on the Zyra. They're pinging the assist pings over here, though. They might be trying to look for this Kai'Sa. They're pinging onto this Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath's got to get out of here. The 5-man ultimate. They're going in on a Cho'Gath here. Does Cho'Gath end up getting out of this? Oh, his back gets stopped. And there's the dive onto him. Cho'Gath's going to be dead.
The Victor might be able to get the inhibitor. They're not fast.
So they end up getting the shutdown on a Cho'Gath, though. Teleport does come out. I think that's a good use of teleport. It does zone him off tower, so he's not going to be able to clear it. Those are two very big picks. I mean, MBBC, for all it's worth right now with the gap in top lane, they're only down, 600, 700 gold right now.
Let me just pick your brain for a second, but if you're in this game right here and you pick the Zyra, do you immediately go for Baron? Like, does that ever pop into your head?
Zyra does take Baron very fast, but I think the biggest issue is the fact that Zyra just keeps getting caught out. So I think what they need to do is set up and look for a pick at one of these players of MBBC. So if they pick somebody off and they're in position to do it and they got the vision control, they can absolutely just try to do it. But I mean, so far, they've just been kind of clearing waves and pushing waves and whatnot, and not really looking to set up any kind of pick plays other than we saw the one dive in top lane that they ended up losing a dragon for. So, I mean, they're not choosing the best times to go for these plays. I would love to see them try to go for something like that, just from, a game standpoint, if I'm in their shoes. But I don't know. Looking like they are going to position for this 5-man fight, though. Zyra gets jumped on again. Zyra's already dead. Meanwhile, they're going in. Amumu using the ultimate, trying to zone him off, trying to play this fight front to back. They are fighting in jungle. Conqueror ends up using the ultimate, going in, does end up dropping to the Victor. Victor getting the kill using his ultimate. Guess where? Gets another kill onto Rebel's Charmer. And they are cleaning up this fight right now. They are sitting very strong right now. And can this Hecarim possibly look to go for a steal here?
Really?
Rise does end up getting knocked up, gets caught, does end up getting jumped in on by the Mumu. Kai'Sa going in, they get the double kill, and that should just be a free dragon. Unless Hecarim decides to go for a steal here. He doesn't have any access into the dragon other than Blast Cone, doesn't end up going for it.
I think what we're seeing right now is something that you talked about in the draft lobby. Is I think what we're seeing right now here is the scaling coming out from the side of BaeDCarry fan club. From what I
absolutely.
saw, that was pretty well executed by NBBC. It just didn't go their way.
I don't know if it would necessarily say well executed. They kind of had their priority of damage targets after the Zyra went down. It was pretty split up, because if you looked at the health bars, two players on the side of BaeDCarry fan club, the Amumu and the Cho'Gath, were both very low. So, I mean, they're trying to play the fight front to back in a comp like this, and I think what they need to do is they need to be able to dive onto this backline and kill the backline. Yes, Cho'Gath is an issue, and if you can burn them down, great, but they don't have a stronger front line than what BaeDCarry fan club has. So what they need to do is kill the DPS and kill them quickly if they want to try to win these fights. or just prioritize the same target. Like I said,
Right.
Amumu and Cho'Gath were both very low, so they could have been split DPS that game.
Yeah.
So that was a huge dragon play to be able to deny that from MBBC. That's exactly what they had to do. They were forced to fight over it, and MBBC, I mean, they also did push into a jungle against a very fed Victor. Cho'Gath does end up landing the knockup onto Set. Set trying to run away right now. Getting slowed. Set's in danger right now. Lucian, are you going to try to help your buddy out? He's got to use the W. He ends up using the W. Cho'Gath waits it out. Cho'Gath doesn't have his ultimate, though. And he ends up going down. Lucian getting the kill. Meanwhile, though, on the other side of the map, they are starting up this Baron. Going to try to rush this thing. MBBC does spot it out, though. They know that they're on it. They need to get over here quickly, and I don't think they're going to be able to make it. Rise is in position to look for a teleport play. The teleport's coming through. Baron ends up going down, though. Zyra using the ultimate doesn't hit anybody. Rakan hits a 3-man knockup, but is getting caught out. Hecarim going in onto the backline. Zyra is down. Kai'Sa just trying to kite this out, doing a very good job at that. With the Victor, both of them kiting this very well. Set trying to land the E, doesn't end up landing the E, getting chunked out himself. Needs to get out of here. He's in a very dangerous position now. Using the Stridebreaker, trying to get a dash away, but just gets completely destroyed. Dude, what are you doing? You can't go for something like that. And I mean, you're seeing it right there. They keep on picking off the Zyra, and while yes, she is a squishy target, they need to be able to lock down this Kai'Sa or the Victor. They're the two main DPSs of the team, and they're able to just kite this out extremely efficiently.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna point this out real fast. We've got Victor here spending over 2,000 gold, and Kai'Sa spending 3,000 gold here.
That is a huge back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very much looking like BaeDCarry fan club is going to end up, you know, taking this win over here over MBBC. But we still have a long game to go. I mean, it's not over yet, and all MBBC has to do is lock down one of these two DPS carries and stop going in on Zyra. Yes, kill her when she's caught out, but I mean, in these team fights, she's not the difference maker, and they keep using a lot of ultimates to kill her and not to kill this Zyra. I would like to see Rise hit his root on Zyra or Set knocking her back in off of Hecarim going in.
I would agree with you, but at this point in the game, the Victor is 6-2 and the Kai'Sa is 6-0. They're both a big problem. Like, it's not just to take care of one to win the fight. I don't know about that. You might have to get both of them.
Yeah, you absolutely do have to get both of them, but just getting one of them is going to be a big enough thing in the team fight. I think that they would be able to transition effectively onto the other target. Because when you got two very high DPS carries kiting out your team, it makes it very hard to kind of make a decision of who you can go on. If you blow up one of them, it makes it very clear who the next target has to be. And I think right now we're seeing an issue of, you know, them not knowing who the bigger priority is of who to go on to. And I think it's just go on to whoever you can, really. I'd like to see them focus this Victor first, though. Kai'Sa is very strong, but I think Victor is easier to lock down than a Kai'Sa.
I agree. It's really hard to say.
Landing the knock-up onto Rakan. Rakan forced to jump away, uses the ultimate. Zyra using her ultimate. Hecarim going in onto the backline. He is onto the Kai'Sa. Meanwhile, though, on the front side of this fight, Cho'Gath is doing a ton of damage in the backline. Double kill goes over to Victor, and Cho'Gath trying to do what he can. He does end up going down, though, and triple kill for Victor.
They can't do anything.
I mean, Hecarim's... Oh, no. Okay, no ultimate out of Kai'Sa. Oh,
Victor
and the outplay with the stopwatch. And I mean, the issue with that was Hecarim went in onto the backline, but nobody was there to follow up with him. So Kai'Sa was just able to kite it out with Victor pretty efficiently, and they kind of went one at a time onto this backline.
Yeah, Cho'Gath kind of ran it in BBC, and they dedicated 3 people to trying to bring him down, and meanwhile, the rest of their team was just getting shredded.
I would like to see this Rise try to use his ultimate more aggressively in these fights to try to reposition their DPS or their damage onto BFC's backline when Hecarim goes in like that or Set goes in, you know what I mean?
I
Like
agree.
I'd
That's a
like
good
to see them try to transition their DPS off of getting jumped on by this Amumu and this Cho'Gath zoning them off, and just reposition it that way. Force the front to back to become a back to front, and I think that they can. I think they can win a fight off that, but like I said, it's a very difficult situation for them, and they have to get real creative with what they do. Right now, they are sitting, roughly 8,000 gold down in this game, so it is not a good position for them at all.
No, it is not. And we might actually see
Oh,
something
ultimate coming
happen.
out of Rise. They do ult in behind the Zyra and the Cho'Gath here. Meanwhile, teleport is coming out from Victor. Kaisa flying in with the ultimate. Hecarim using his ultimate now, going in onto the back line. Zyra
Really?
barely getting out of this, very low. Victor doing a ton of damage, just going after him, running them down. This Victor is massive right now.
Man.
Man, what an unfortunate series of events here.
BaeDCarry fan club just has so much damage and just
Yeah, and I
this
think we're
choke.
seeing it. I think we're seeing the first loss for MBBC, and it sucks for me not being able to play in this game today. Feeling solely responsible, honestly, for this loss. I think that if I was in this game, we could have seen a very different outcome. You know, uh,
Perhaps.
Set wouldn't be this far behind, and I'm gonna have to take the blame on this one for my team. But overall, I mean, you're seeing a very clear issue of just getting outscaled. The scaling carries got way too much gold early, and all they had to do was wait for that Dragon Soul fight, and it's just been a snowball off of that play.
Yep. And we're gonna see BaeDCarry fan club take their second win here, I believe. Well, I guess it's confirmed. Complexipedia diff.
Yeah, complex diff. Damn. Well, GG's to BFC. Very well played game. Unfortunate first loss for MBBC. Big upset coming from them. Uh, BFC moving to 2-4 now, or is it 2-3? 2-3 now.
I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting this, but what a game. That was really fun to watch.
Fun for you, maybe not for me. No, it was what it is. I mean, top lane
Stink.
did go 1-10, and it's it was a very clear top gap from the start. We saw Cho'Gath getting the solo kills, and yeah, I mean Conquer just very clearly looked uncomfortable in top lane, not taking the right trade patterns and just getting all in off of bad wave management. So very
Yeah.
unfortunate. We did see the Victor scale up. I mean, that's all he had to do. Him and Kaisa, I think once they made that teleport play bot lane and they both got those double kills off the uncoordinated dive from MBBC, it
Yep.
was just kind of over at that point because now they had way too much gold. And I believe the ensuing fight over Dragon Soul that came up, I mean, that was it. Once, like I said it before, all they got to do is let them dragon stack and then fight over soul. And if they win that soul fight, they'll win the game. And that's what we saw.
Yeah, NBBC really took some. But BaeDCarry fan club, just their punishes were really, really strict, really harsh.
All right. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get some captains in here. Let's see if we can get JJBA fan in here for an interview. Still waiting until we can get JJ in here. So while we were waiting, what do you think was the biggest difference going into that game? Like, why do you think uh, BFC ended up winning?
Well, I'd have to say it was because they had three enablers. Oh, we've got JJBA fan here. How are you doing, sir?
Congrats on the win.
I'm doing amazing, to be honest. How you guys doing? Sorry, Complex.
Yeah, unfortunate. So tell me, going into that game, were you guys confident that you'd be able to pull out the win?
Um, yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
tell me why. What was it that gave you guys the confidence? Did you guys think that you had the prep right? Do you guys think you had the good matchups? What was it?
Every problem that we had previously through that 3-game loss streak pretty much got simultaneously, like, I would say all of them except for, like, maybe 2 got fixed. And the others are just, like, individual stuff that obviously is gonna happen, but, um, yeah, basically, I would just say that we addressed a lot of our issues, and this game ended up working out for us.
So coming into this game, you guys did end up making a roster move. You guys ended up removing Nightmare from your roster and picking up Demon Angel. Now, Demon Angel, as I did my research, is a ADC main, flexing into this mid lane role, but he is quite comfortable mid lane, and we saw a very good performance from Victor, his main mid champion. So, were you guys expecting these kind of results, or were you just kind of excited to see what he could do, or what was the deal with that?
I've only ever played with him before. He's a friend of BaeDCarry, and, from just from way back playing League, and, I've never actually played any games with him before. He offered to be on the team. Uh, we um, he would join our, he would watch the VODs and, like, tell us stuff that he thought we could do better, and so he was giving us a bunch of pointers and stuff, but, Nightmare last week, he wanted to take a week off because he felt down about the 3 lose game losing streak, which, I mean, I don't blame him. Um, so so we um so we decided to bring in Demon Angel. Had really wanted to play. Um, he was really looking forward to it, and he actually used to be a mid main before he was an AD carry main, like you found out. Um, so he was very comfortable playing this pick, obviously. Yeah.
Very good performance from him.
Yeah, speaking of roster change, by the way, uh, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we did get a coach. Um,
I did notice.
we subbed out Nightmare, and that gave us, I think, 6 points. So we were able to get a coach, and he was the glue we needed. He was our glue, man. Like, our team, I felt so strongly that there was nothing really wrong with the individual players on the team except for me, really. But that's just because I have my own insecurities about playing the game. And so he really was our glue, man. Like, he addressed everything that was wrong and we all agreed with him. And we thought he was just I thought, this is all coming from my perspective, but I'm sure everyone else can agree with me. I thought he did a really awesome job.
Absolutely. So
Interesting that
that
you say insecure about your play because I've got to say, congratulations, man. You went 1-0-15. You didn't die the entire game.
Um,
Nice.
yeah, all due respect to August, but man kind of ran it down. He made it really easy for me. Uh, I
he,
mean, that's
I'd be
all.
careful saying that. He did have like a 2K gold lead on you at one point.
But I'm good because I might as well have been asleep that entire game. I did not play well. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, to be fair, you did have a pretty damn good Rise and Kaisa game from your teammates. I mean, I don't think any Hecarim
Victor and
could have
Kaisa.
changed, or yeah, Victor and Kaisa. I don't think any Hecarim could have changed the
True.
outcome
True.
from that
Didn't
top
gank
lane
those
either.
lanes once. Didn't gank those lanes once, and we won. We won the game. And I mean, that's just kind of what it comes down to. Hecarim. Uh, I'm not trying to flame your team or anything. This is just my opinion. I don't want to give any
I'll go for
filtered
it.
opinions. I think your team's great. Obviously, they're 4-0. We came into the game. We came into it looking up to them as the top team in the league, so we are wanting to take them down. Like, it's like a respect thing. It's not. There's no, like, disrespect when I'm. It's just like, um, to me, when they forced that dive bot lane, I panned my camera over, and I'll be honest, I was a little nervous, but I mean, my team pulled it off. I would agree with you. I did definitely get carried, but I'm here to represent my team.
Hey, that's fair enough, man. So anyways, real quick closing question. Last thing I
Okay.
gotta say, do you think that game would have ended up differently had Complex been playing top lane?
Hell yes, dude. Conquer is trash at top lane. Dude, my top laner doesn't even play. Okay, he plays Cho'Gath, but the dude's playing a tank. and he killed him 4 times. Almost, I think 5 times. He killed him 5 times. Yes. Okay, I'll be honest. Guess what? Like my top laner, he talks about wanting to 1v1 you a lot, Complex. Like
Oh, I feel
yeah,
bad for him then. He didn't
he
get a
would
1v1 me.
no, he was talking about wanting to ban your Darius and everything, man.
Oh, wanting to 1v1 me, but ban my Darius. That's not a
Hell yeah.
1v1.
Okay, but he plays tanks, so it would have been equal. Let's
Uh,
be real.
fair enough. Alrighty, well, congratulations on the win. You ended up taking down my team. I'm a little sore about that one, but I can't wait to play you guys in the playoffs. So,
Hey, see you there.
alrighty, see you there,
Thanks for your
man.
time, man.
All right, you too.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and see if we can get Damar in here or Zero Kills in here for an interview. I am gonna ream his ass, by the way. I told him before the game, don't. I told him just give Conquer Garen. It's hard to mess up that champion.
You might be right too.
Yeah, maybe.
Of course.
Conquer.
Why'd you pull me in?
I don't know why they pulled you in, but I guess you're speaking for Damar?
No, Demar is speaking for Demar.
All right, fair enough, man. Hey, Conquer. Oh, I was gonna say better luck next time.
I guess we'll catch Con.
All good. All right, Damar. What happened, man?
Bruh, I feel we lost at the dive. I called for the dive and just I don't know. It planned out fine. We killed the Zyra, but we should have backed off there. Like I called for everyone to back off, but somehow Kitaro was still in the turret. And they just got a double off that. And they really snowballed it.
So if you want my 2 cents on that dive, Kataro and in August were trying to set up that dive for a while. We saw it on the mini
Yeah.
map there in position.
I
But
called
you-
for it because it was an easy dive.
I agree, but you guys kind of went a little bit ham, going kind of all in before the Rise was really in position with Hecarim to go in, and after you guys had already committed, then came the late engage from the rest of your team. So
Yeah.
was there some miscommunication about when to go in? I understand that you called for a dive, but like what was going on there? Because like I said, you
Well,
guys went really hard without the rest of your team.
everyone kind of said that I'm not gonna point fingers, but our support kind of went in a bit too early. I didn't. I thought it was fine. Like we were expecting to get a kill, but I don't know. I think it was kind of late. Like when
Gotcha.
the rise came in.
So
Because honestly, we didn't even need the rise there. But, I mean,
I mean, I think you do need the Riot's ultimate because if the re-engage does end up coming, you do need your team to follow up on damage. But
because
that aside,
Hecarim
we
was
can talk
coming
about that on team
around.
stuff.
Hecarim was coming around, and then he went in. Like we killed the Zyra, but then Kitaro gets in, and he's the one taking the turn. So and we just lost off it. I
Well,
don't
maybe-
know. We could have played better.
What happened
I
top
believe
lane?
Top laner, my top laner is so demoralized after this, man. Complex. Why'd you have to get both your accounts banned? It's kind of yikes.
Look,
If you don't mind
that's right,
asking, I believe the dive was before Soul Point came up.
Oh, and Soul Point. Oh, that's the Soul Point
So-
fight.
so
I
let me
forget it honestly.
if you guys get Soul Point, if you guys get the Ocean Soul, does this game look different?
Oh wait, the Soul fight was when everyone engaged and Seth. Yeah, our top laner kind of he ulted when we was fighting the Cho'Gath. We should have we should have killed the Cho'Gath and then go in. But he altered the Cho'Gath into the team, and I think he was silenced on his E, and he got focused down, and then our Heck Realm got focused down,
Mhm.
and then we lost the Soul Point.
So, do you think trying to fight front to back with a very weak front line on your guys' side versus a very strong front line on their side. Do you think that was the play to try to fight front to back there on the Dragon Soul, or do you think maybe getting the pick and backing up and trying to fight in an open river would have been a better option?
It's hard to say. We, I feel like if Cho'Gath wasn't 4-0 when that fight happened, then maybe we could have actually killed the Cho'Gath faster before he altered. I don't know.
So,
I can't explain it.
so would you say this
We
was a
made a lot
complex
of
diff?
critical errors this game,
Would
mostly
you?
at the dive, and then everything just went downhill from there.
That's
But
fair
hey,
enough.
that's our first loss. Complex.
Yeah. Do you think that was a complex diff?
I guess.
So
But I'm not gonna.
do
I'm
you
not gonna
think
say
if I
it.
was playing that game, like Conqueror, he does very well and Jungler does well in mid, not that great in top lane. Do you think if Complex was playing top lane myself, do you think if I was playing top lane that game, do you think the results would have been different?
I guess. I mean, you probably wouldn't go 1-10, but I mean, I don't wanna. I don't wanna flame my Conqueror so hard. But hey, BFC, congrats to them. They deserve this one.
What do you think you guys need to work on going into next week to try to bounce back from this and continue the streak?
I'm gonna get off Lucian.
You think Lucian was the problem?
I think Lucian was the problem.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Lucian.
Well,
Me being on Lucian was the problem.
okay. Well,
I should
any
have been
closing
more long
questions, John?
range with Shred.
No, I think that's it for me.
That's it for you. Alrighty.
Alright.
Well, that's it for me. I can flame my team on my own time.
Yeah, I know you're gonna lay into us after this one. You're gonna lay into us, Complex.
Yeah.
But hey, GG's to BFC.
Yeah. GG's to BFC.
All right. We appreciate your time, Mr. DeMar.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here today. The big upset of the week. BFC coming in here and knocking down the undefeated 4-0 MBBC. So, John, was that the results you expected?
I can't say it was. I don't know that anybody but BaeDCarry fan club was expecting them to win here, but it was a fun one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. It's been a pleasure. This is John or Zelot. Over to you, Complex.
And this is Complex, Complexipedia TV, if you will.
There
And
you go, bro.
that's going to do it from us here today. Thank you for everybody who came out and watched, and we will see you guys in the next game. Peace.